Hey, I've actually been wanting to make this video for a while and I just never have time, so I'm gonna make time today. I just got out of the shower. Let's do this. So like I said, I have been wanting to make this video for a while and I just haven't had time, honestly. It has been a crazy 2 weeks and that is what this video is my 2-week wait symptoms and what I've been feeling and everything that's been going on, and just kind of sit down and talk with you guys. So like I mentioned, it has been a crazy 2 weeks, but I did want to make this video before I get any further into my 2-week wait period. Right now it is like smack dab in the middle and I have been feeling lots of symptoms and I wanted to go through everything before, you know, we test and find out if it's a negative or a positive. So I did take some notes in my phone with all of the injections that I've taken, all the medication that I've taken this round, and everything that I've been experiencing. So that's basically what I'm going to be going through. So for this round, we did 4 days of letrozole. We did estrogen suppository for I think 3 or 4 days. We did FSH injections for 4 days total, and then we did a pregnal trigger shot. Then we did timed with the Mosey baby twice. And then I had the progesterone for the 2 weeks followed. So I'm still taking that nightly and it is a oral supplement. That started from Christmas Day. That's whenever I took my first injection. Actually, it started before Christmas because I took my letrozole tablets and then Christmas was my first injection and then my second injection was that Monday following, and then you guys saw the rest. And I've made sure to take them on time because I know how super important they are. So for the symptoms, this includes outside of my 2-week wait as well as within my 2-week wait. I wanted to include the symptoms that I was feeling whenever they first started as like part of this journey. It is probably going to be considered a side effect of the medication that I'm taking or that I was taking at the time, but I still wanted to include it because it is part of my journey and I wanted to make sure that I document it so that it, you know, it helps me remember and I can share it with you as well. So with the letrozole, I didn't see any noticeable changes. That my body, I think, had kind of become used to because that's the same medicine that I had tried with my regular OB when we were first trying to have a baby. So that's, my body's been on letrozole on and off for like the last 2 years. I didn't have any noticeable changes with that, and I think that might have something to do with it, that it's just been kind of like a constant in my body, kind of like off and on, but that's not confirmed. That's just me and what I think. Starting the week of the FSH injections, with the first shot, I was extremely nauseous. Like, it made me nauseous. And then I was very tired. I had a very sore injection site and those shots made me super bloated. The first shot I took made me very nauseous. The second one made me bloat a little bit more, but then by the third and the fourth one, my stomach was really sore, and that's whenever I felt like the most tired out of all of them. So starting the week of the trigger, so that's after the FSH has already been injected. The week of the trigger, I took an FSH injection the day of the trigger too, but that whole week I had 4 injections. So whenever it was time to do the trigger shot, I was already feeling these symptoms, and then the trigger shot kind of like enhanced them a little bit. So with the trigger shot itself, I was immediately sore from the injection. Like, it hurt going in. I felt the medication going in. As you guys saw in my other vlog, like, that one hurt really bad, and I don't know if it's just because it's the medicine or if I just had stabbed myself on that side too many times. I'm not sure, but that one really hurt. Whenever I did the trigger, the other thing that I immediately noticed, I think like the night of or maybe the day after, was that my nips got extremely sore. I mean, like, extremely sore. Not so much like the full thing, but like just that part. I can't even wear like a regular bralette because they're just so sore. The other things that I was experiencing were, I was bloated still, I got more gassy, I had really bad cramps. There was actually a night where I was experiencing like extreme pain. Like, I thought I might be passing a kidney stone kind of pain. I even went so far as to call the doctor after hours to like talk to him and just say like, I don't know if this is normal. It was 4 days after my trigger shot, so I was just really concerned as to what was happening. Actually, one of you messaged me through Instagram, and you have been so nice. If you're watching this, thank you for being my constant support. I really appreciate you. But basically they were just like, you know, it's normal. They had been through IVF, and so they were sharing like, you know, what they had experienced, and they were were saying that that's normal, and after the trigger, like, you know, you're gonna feel those kind of pains. But man, I really thought like I was passing a kidney stone or something, because that was very, very painful. And it was only on my right side, which was weird. I felt like if it was ovulation or something, it would be both, but yeah, it was only centered to my right side, which that's why I got so nervous. But the other things that happened with the trigger shot is that I was very tired. I felt a little bit more hormonal. I was tender in my abdomen, like I couldn't bend over. And these are still symptoms that I'm experiencing now, but like right around after and during the trigger shot, that's especially what I felt. And then I would have like weird twinges and like, I don't know, like kind of like shooting pains through down there. So, you know, just different things happening. So that is everything that I was experiencing during the medication. During my 2-week wait, which kind of kicked off with my trigger shot, we are now, like I said, within the full 2-week span, and my nips have remained very, very sore. I am taking progesterone nightly, so I do have to consider like these symptoms could be still symptomatic to the medication as well, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's a baby and not just medication. So they're still very, very sore. I still can barely wear a bralette. But the other things that I noticed is that my bloat has pretty much gone down, like pretty much all the way. I'm still getting those weird like spurts of like twinges down in there. So that's strange. And then what else have I been feeling? Oh, I get random waves of like nauseousness, where I just feel like super duper nauseous from nothing. Like I just get like waves of nauseousness, and I find that I'm eating a little bit more, like I'm hungry. But again, I'm still on progesterone, so I just trying to like keep that in mind, but I'm really, really trying to stay hopeful that like this could be it. You know what I mean? Like this could be it. So I told you guys that we used Mosey twice. We made sure with the trigger shot to make sure it was like right around the right time, because I researched that the trigger will release the egg within 36 to 48 hours or somewhere around that time span, so that you want to make sure that the timing is right with that. And I think we were able to accomplish that. And I've heard that every other day is best for the sample, and we were able to do that too. So we really did give it our best shot this time. I'm really, really, really hopeful that like this is it, but we will find out on Friday. And of course I'm going to be vlogging that. I just wanted to go over the symptoms, like I said, with you guys, because I'm right in the thick of it, and like this is exciting and special, and like obviously you guys are on the ride with me, and like I just wanted to make sure that, I don't know, I shared every part of it, you know what I mean? That is pretty much my symptoms that I've been feeling. I again am staying optimistic, but still realistic. Like I really want it to happen, obviously, but like it'll happen when it's meant to happen. The other thing that I was going to do perhaps next time, if this cycle doesn't work, is that I think we are going to do another round of the same type of medication. He did say that it builds whenever you like do it month per month or cycle for cycle. So I think what we might end up doing is, if this cycle is a fail, we may go back to the drawing board and do the same medications again. If I end up doing the injections and the trigger shot again, what I think I might do is called testing out the trigger shot. And this is something that I didn't know of until, again, somebody shared it with me through Instagram. You like start testing whenever you take the trigger, and it's supposed to be like super, super positive, like the pregnancy test will be super positive, and then you can see it slowly start to diminish out. And then if it goes back to like that super positive again, that's your actual confirmed positive, instead of being like diminished down and just like goes away. That would be considered a negative, because I just never knew like when my trigger was actually like fully out of my system, and like what symptoms were coming from that versus what symptoms were like maybe a baby now. Thinking about doing that next round if this cycle does fail. That way we can just like, you know, get more data with it. I'm not trying to get like too crazy like I was before. Like I'm not keeping my testing sticks. I'm not like charting it anymore like I did before. I feel like that was just, I don't know, it put me in like a mind frame of like next time, next time, next time. And I don't want to get back to that. I want to be able to like enjoy it as I do it. Like even if it's a failed, like I still don't want to have that perpetual pressure on me. But I think testing out is kind of interesting, you know, just to kind of see the test and how it can like show up really positive, and then you see it dwindle and then it'll come back positive. The only thing that worries me about that is that I have been trying for 2 years to see those double lines, I feel like if I see them and it's because of a medication rather than like it being a positive, I'm afraid that that might like break my heart. Like I'm afraid of like maybe that won't be the best situation for me, because then it's like if it is positive from medication and then it like goes down to a not positive and it doesn't come back to a positive and it just stays at a not positive, I feel like that would probably be pretty difficult for me to come back from, just because I have been waiting for those lines, praying for those lines for 2 years, and I don't want to put myself in like that weird mental space, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to take a step back and remain positive and hopeful and just breathe through it all and not put that expectation, you know what I mean? So it's still something I'm considering. If you have done that, let me know down below, because I'm kind of on the fence about it. Obviously, I don't know if it's beneficial or if it's more hurtful to do it. So if you have experience with that, I would love to hear your feedback, because I'm just not sure. But again, I am remaining hopeful for this cycle. I have been feeling just many good things, and I'm trying to remind myself that I have a lot of hormones being pumped inside of me right now. I have, you know, a lot of medication that can cause a lot of symptoms, so I'm not trying to like symptom spot, but I am sort of just a little bit to like, you know, just see. So I will of course keep you guys up to date with what is found. Like I said, we're going to be testing Friday. Hopefully we get our little bean this time and get our big fat positive. But anyway, that is pretty much it that I wanted to share. Just a few of the symptoms that I'm experiencing, what I'm thinking about doing next time. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.